Well, look at that. It's the end of the week already before you knew it, man. Today I'm going to be presenting you 5 ways. By the end of this video, you'll know 5 ways to ensure that your chickens will be laying more eggs. If you're not getting a lot of eggs from your chickens, then it could be for any one of these 5 reasons. So take some notes, or mental notes, doesn't matter. I'm not requiring you to grab a notebook. These are really easy to memorize. I'm not going to come up with any acronyms because I'm too lazy for any of that stuff, and it's like 9 o'clock at night right now. This is like a video I'm making like under an hour, so let's go. Now you see, I'm about to give you the hard truth about this. If you expect older chickens to lay a lot of eggs, well, I'm sorry to admit this, but that's not going to happen. The chicken's peak egg laying life is between 1 and 4 years old. So you get your chicken to start laying at around 6 months old. They're not terrible. Like, they'll usually lay a few eggs during those first couple months. Their first 4 years, they go crazy. After that, they're on a steady decline. Even past the 2nd year. Oh, I got my shoelace stuck. That's why you tie your shoes. I'm an idiot. And yeah, after 4 years, they fall off pretty considerably. Like, by the end of their 2nd year, if you have a chicken that lays 250 eggs a year, which is, I'd say, about the median, you could go from that chicken getting 250 eggs in the first year, 275 in the 2nd year, down to maybe like 245 in the 3rd year, 210 in the 4th year, but then by the 5th year, that could be as low as like 125 because of their system shutting down. So there's not a whole lot of ways to prevent that. But if you still have a younger chicken that's not laying any eggs, well, first of all, take a look at the outside. And this is one that you might want to get some notes for, but not specifically for this video, for what I'm about to tell you. Go outside, grab a notebook, a pencil, pen, whatever. Doesn't even have to be a notebook. You just grab your phone or even laptop and open up some notes. What you then want to do is you then want to go out into the chicken yard and you just want to sit there and observe your chickens for about 30 to 75 minutes. I know it sounds difficult, but if you have an attention span longer than 7 seconds, then you should be able to do this. You don't have to be observing them for all those 30 minutes. You can take a few breaks every now and then, but try to make as few disturbances as possible. If you're listening to music, maybe try to keep it in your earbuds or AirPods, whatever they are. And you sit there, you listen to music, observing them. Make sure the music in your earbuds isn't so loud they can hear it, because yes, they can hear it. I'll do an experiment later if you guys want about that. But I'll be answering some useless chicken questions, by the way. And so be sure to click the like and subscribe. But observe them and take a look at what they're doing. Are they stressed at all? Do you notice everything? If you're quiet enough, you can hit some wildlife. I sit out in the woods a lot in the fall, right before deer hunting season, because we do some deer hunting out here. And when I'm sitting out there pre-season, just taking a look at what's going on out there in the wildlife, if I'm quiet enough, I can get some deer, coyote, bobcats. I could even get, if I was in the perfect area, I'm pretty sure lynx are in the Berkshires, but they're close enough to here that I could see them, that I could probably go up a couple miles and see them. Number 3, the chickens do not have enough space. This is one I keep forgetting to bring up, like every time. Oh, I fell. Wow. And you want to make sure that your chickens are getting the right amount of space in their coop at night, or else they won't be getting good sleep, which in turn, as you guys know in real life, if you don't get enough sleep, your body won't be able to function right. I'll tell you, earlier this school year, man, I had a horrible sleep schedule. Like, it was the absolute worst. Like, on the weekends I stay up late, but on the weekdays I couldn't find a way to implement that, so I go to bed at like 11:30, but then come 5 a.m., not even 6 hours later, well, 5.5 hours later, I'm awake. I don't want to be awake. It's really annoying. And think about that. If chickens are like in a high stress environment and they don't get a lot of space, their sleep schedule could be uncomfortable. Even though I'm technically not uncomfortable in my bed, trust me, those first couple minutes, man, when you lie down in your bed, it feels like a rock, but when you wake up, it feels like you're literally on a cloud, yo. I don't know what it is about that, but they really need to patch that. It's really annoying. But another thing to keep in mind here is the space, as I was talking about. It's really important for those chickens, because if you're not keeping, because the chickens don't have nearly enough space, then there will be an unfortunate, and they'll get not nearly enough sleep, which I was talking about, and they won't be able to function properly. And this could lead to a decrease in productivity, which in turn could impact egg production in the long term by up to 25%. I'm gonna be honest, that number is completely random, but like, I'd say it's about what I'd say, maybe 25 to 35% really. Now sometimes, this is probably the more rare case scenario, you'll actually have your chickens actually laying a good amount of eggs, but someone is stealing it. Someone is breaking into your coop before you can get to those eggs. Which in that case, I think it's time to invest in some cameras. They don't have to be the top of the line, prestigious 4K 60 FPS cameras that you can mount on every square inch of that coop. You can literally just get some trail cameras in like Walmart for like $20. You get 1 or 2 of them, just put them in the coop. You know, I love my trail cameras. You get like an 8 GB card and just put it in there, and then you'll just record the chickens and seeing what's in there, taking the eggs. And I'd say for chicken egg missing, I like to bring up this ratio a lot. About 30% of the time it's another animal, but 70% of the time it's a chicken, another chicken. There is some ways that you could. The thing I like to do is called it's called egg therapy, which is not getting them to lay more eggs, it's trying to get them to stop eating eggs, which if you want, I can explain in another video, because it would take me well over 5 minutes to explain what that all is and to set up a program to help you with that all out. But yeah, put them through like a therapy where they'll stop eating eggs, or the other therapy option is called preheat the oven to 400 degrees, grease a baking pan, and you know how the rest goes. And last but certainly not least, this is one where people ignore a lot: calcium deficits and other vital nutrient deficits. Believe it or not, that same thing happens with us too. If we have nutrient deficits, we might not be able to function properly. Like if we're missing like maybe vitamin D, it'll help us not, which helps us function in many different ways. You'll be dysfunctional a little bit. Not terribly, but like I'll say, like if you get some of these, like sometimes you'll have like a lack of vitamin and you need it. Same thing for chickens. If they're having a lack of these like different vitamins like calcium and stuff like that, then their eggshells will be impacted and even their overall egg production. And believe it or not, calcium is the biggest reason why you have the flimsiest chicken eggs. So like sometimes you can, I'm not telling you to do this because it would be a waste of a chicken egg. Sometimes you can do this test. It's a waste, as I just said, but like what you do is you take an egg and you throw it on the ground. If the egg breaks really dramatically, then you have a calcium deficit. If it breaks to a lesser degree or just cracks significantly, then you're at a healthy calcium level. And if you're at a really healthy calcium level, then it won't even break, or you accidentally took out the fake egg. You never know. So calcium, it's a good place. And I'll tell you one thing: oyster shells and even chicken eggs. I'm not saying like the crushed up chicken eggs. I'm not talking about the yolk. I'm just talking about the egg shell. Give it to them. It's a good source of calcium. If none of this helped you guys out, be sure to comment down below some tips for other people to help them out as well.